And guys, that's why I cut on the inside of my line. So I still know I give myself some room to play with. I never cut it, I didn't cut right on that line. So that's still gonna be behind there, guys. See that? And you might not be able to do this with all lenses because certain lenses might, you know, might not have, you know, these in here to cover that up. So this won't work on all lenses, guys, but you get the idea here. You know, you have to look at your tail lights and see if it'll work for your application. Alright, so that's perfect on each side there. Alright, now comes the fun part. And that's fitting this in. So guys, you want to make sure that, you know, you're putting this on the right way. Alright guys, so also, now here comes the fun part. Because what I got here is from this middle lens to the end of the bezel is 1 inch. And from where the end of this bezel is up to the end of this inside reflector, this is a 1/2 inch. Alright, so this is the fun and tricky part, guys. To make sure this is in here, which nobody probably will never be able to tell, I want to make sure when I'm grinding this down that when I sit this in here, this bezel, I mean this light is going to be 1 inch from the end of this bezel, 1 inch from this bezel, 1/2 inch from the top or the bottom. So the top and the bottom is going to be easy because this is only going to sit in here flush one way. The part that I got to be worried about, and that's if you want it right, I got to make sure that once I sit this in here, that when I put this in from the back side, that I only grind where I can have 1 inch from the bezel from here into here. Alright, so how am I going to do that? I'm going to use this tape. I'm going to use this tape and I'm going to measure 1 inch from here. Okay, so actually, remember I marked the end of that bezel, so that's 1 inch right there. From here to here, this one is taped a little off. It's fine up on top, but on the bottom it's wrong. So I'm gonna come in with a brand new piece of tape, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm putting this on one inch, and I will remeasure again. 1 inch. Okay, so 1 inch to right here, 1 inch, and 1 inch to right here. So when I fit this in here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put tape on this side too. So I'm gonna put tape in here. I'm gonna line this up. So I marked where this is ending all the way up here. I put the black marker. I could put tape there to help show this a little better. All right, so when I measure from here to here, this is 6.5. So I know I gotta cut this down to 6.5, guys. All right, let me come in and grind this up now. So I was trying to figure out the best way to show you, to explain to you, and the best way to do this. So I took tape, and what I did, guys, is I put that tape where it's kind of right, yeah, it's about even with where this light bezel is. So, and I know that this is where this needs to end to be in here where I want it to be. Okay, guys? So I'm trying to do this to, you know, simplify this. But then maybe I'm just a simple person. So in other words, guys, so now what I gotta do is that I gotta grind these until I get this tape line to match up with this tape line. So not that much need to come off of here for this to sit down in here flush. Like if I put that in right there, guys, and left this too big over here, I'm not gonna have my 1 inch and 1 inch for this reflector in here. But if I line these tape lines up, let me come on across here a little better. I mean, I like trying to, I know people, you know, they be saying that watching my videos are garbage, but that's all right. I'm not here for them. I'm here for you guys that's, you know, trying to learn something, you know, and something that hopefully will help you out. If it ain't no help, guys, this ain't the channel that you need to be watching. You know, this ain't it. So, you know, but I'm trying to do things to help you out. So in other words, guys, what I gotta do is I gotta match this line up with the end of this tape, the end of this tape line here and the end of this tape line, and the tape lines on here, let me mark them. So when I grind this down, those lines are gonna, you know, be pretty close. You know what I mean? So this look like this piece gonna come almost all the way to the tape, but this side I'm gonna have quite a bit on the tape. Okay, so I'm gonna start with one side first. I'm gonna start with this side, and I'm gonna grind this down till I get to where I need to be. So I'm gonna set this on here. Mark this. I marked it right here, guys. So I need to grind off at least that much. But I'm gonna take my time and grind this down, guys. I'm not gonna be in a hurry. So I'm gonna leave just a little bit on each side, so when I use that plastic weld, it'll get down in between there, and I can fill that in, guys. Sorry, guys. So now I got that in there, and I got a little bit extra on both sides where I have some room to weld that plastic in there. All right, so now all I got to do is come in And I got it. I'm gonna leave this on here on both sides so I can fold it back over whenever I get ready. Come in and grind the top and the bottom until this fits flush in there. Once that's flush, then this piece is ready to plastic weld, guys. So I'm gonna come in and start grinding. That's flat. Make sure these I'll start off flattening these off first. All right. So now with those marks, it's lining up with this. So from here to here, I'm going to have my 1 inch. And this is going to be in here level, guys. So I'm going to take this up now. Right where I want it to be. Sit right about there. Alright guys, so I'm going to try this out. But I ordered these sticks. I remember I ordered them. And it took them about 6 months to come in from China. Because it was different color, you know, like clear, white, cream color, and black. So I bought quite a few plastic welding sticks because the Harbor Freight little kit, yes, and this Harbor Freight, guys, it only come with black. But what I'm going to try here first, like I say, my first time doing this, I'm going to try with the, I took some of the old tail light lens and cracked it up. And I'm going to come in here and see, can I get this red to melt in here, guys? So I'm going to use the original red here off the tail light lens, and I'm gonna just see if I can get this to melt in, guys. So far seem to be working with no problem. And the thing is, guys, you want to let this welder do the work, because when I first did this, I broke the tip, and it broke off and I couldn't get it out. So good thing that, you know, I think it was $12 the first time. You know, I brought it and went back, and it was $20-something when I broke the tip and had to go get another one about a year later. So I kind of grind it. I'm not even in the camera here, am I? I grinded that down, sort of come to a point, guys. So I did my own little grinding on this to get this the way I want it to work for me. So I'm grinding it down there, guys. So all right. So I'm gonna turn this over here now, and All right, so I'm gonna pull this off. And I'm gonna peel all my tape off because this weld is solid enough now. That it's not gonna move now, guys. It's not gonna come up out of there. All right. So, so that's on there so far. But I want to totally seal this off, so I'm gonna have to come in and weld on this top side. Now, it's welding like almost halfway through on that side. So I want to weld in on this side. Like on this side, you can see it. Well, you might not be able to see that, guys. But it's starting to poke through on this side. So, but I do want to make sure, that I'm not gonna mess, plastic weld on the outside of this at all. So I'm gonna put tape in there, and that'll show me how much room. So I got quite a bit of room to play in here, guys. See that? Alright guys, so this part here decided to come on, especially on the inside. Use the stick. They melt a lot quicker, and I'm not really worried about, like I said, I'm using the clear. So right in here, this get painted gray, and I will repaint this gray, so I can go over this with the plastic. I just wanted the red in there on the lens part, so I used the old I used some of the old lens in there for the red. So, hopefully you like these videos, guys, and you're getting something out of it, So, I wish I had more guys criticizing me on my page, but whenever I go to one of the bodywork Facebook pages, the guys be on there criticizing me or whatever, wish guys come on here, help more people, what they say, bad publicity is good publicity, if I'm saying that right. But I take criticism well, guys. So hopefully somebody's getting something. If I help one person out, I figured I've did something good enough to, say, hey, somebody, I helped somebody. So, but if you like these videos, guys, like, share, comment. And like I said, I put the tape on there just to make sure I'm staying where I need to stay in there. So now, guys, see that lens is in there. It's let me come back here. I'm pushing on this, I'm twisting. This lens ain't coming back loose, guys. So I can pull this tape off of here. I'll come in and I'll polish this baby up. See, make sure I ain't got no more welding to do in here. I got some more welding to do right in here. I weld on the inside and the outside. I see a hole right there anyway. But you want to seal where you ain't getting water in here, guys. But then you come in and you got a brand new tail light lens there, guys. Look at that. It's like a drum with a hole in it. You can't beat it. Look at that. So you know me, I'm a parts hoarder, so I will not get rid of this just in case one of these break out. So I'll throw this in the box somewhere. I'll keep it. You never know. Might have, this one might get cracked. So I have some stuff to work with around here. Alright, guys, so I wasn't paying attention right here, and I'll set the big part on there so it kind of burnt a hole, but I was able to, it's still hot, able to put that on there. So I take the grinder and I grind this down and get that out of there. Also, guys, this thing is bending up pretty good there, so I brought like 15 of these tips. So when this thing cool down a little bit, I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna change this tip, because once this break, you can't get that tip back out of there. So I'm gonna let this cool down and I grind, my new shape back into the new tip. But I'm gonna replace this right away, guys, because I got my work out of it, trust me. So I'm gonna let this cool down about a while I take some vice grips in about 15 minutes, put it on there, make sure it ain't hot, and get that off of there. But alright, guys, so that tail light, and I don't have to grind this down or nothing. I'm gonna grind this because I'm gonna paint it, but all in here, I'm not really gonna grind that down because it's not gonna matter. You're not gonna see none of that, guys. So I really don't have to grind down on top here. You don't see it, and it's red on the inside and gray out here. So I really don't have to do nothing to none of this, guys. Just leave it. Oh yeah, now real quick, what I will say is that I'm gonna come in here with some super glue, and I'm gonna make sure it don't go all on the lens, but I will put super glue around here just to make sure that this totally seals. And I'll put super glue across here just to make sure that I ain't getting no water or nothing in there, guys, that this is totally sealed. So I don't know. Just my first time doing it, but that's just something I just thought of. Is just trying to make sure. But I plastic weld on both sides, so it should be sealed. But you know, a little super glue ain't gonna hurt that to help seal this off at all, guys. So hopefully you like these videos. All right. Other parts bites the dust. All right.